I think my first memory of the 500, I was 13 probably, and that's when I really started paying attention to IndyCar and noticing what was going on with the 500. I was a little younger. I started later. I didn't really get exposed to racing at a super early childhood. I always knew I wanted to drive race cars, but I never had that early experience with it until I was about 13. That's when I started driving karts in Indianapolis here, right at Newcastle, and then I got exposed to the 500, and I found out what this event was, and it was incredibly fascinating. It was like, what is this event? Why is it so massive? What's it all about? So I think that's probably when I really started taking a spark to it. But then for sure, I want to say there was another shift. I went to Europe to race, and then I came back in 2011. And when I came back in 2011 and I raced Indy Lights, I knew exactly what I wanted to do pretty much. I wanted to race in the Indy 500 with IndyCar, and I wanted to do well. I was running the Indy Lights car around here, and all I wanted to do was run an IndyCar after that. I don't think there's necessarily a path you got to take to Indy. Indy's always going to be here, and it's always going to be here with open arms to anyone that wants to try it. Anyone wants to have a go at this, that's what this race is all about. We try and get the best of the best from any racing series. For sure, the Mazda Road to Indy is a great program. They have an unbelievable program to try and prepare kids for the Indy 500 and for the IndyCar series. But you can come from anywhere. You can come from Japan, you can come from England, Europe, wherever you've been racing, you can come to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and run this race. You don't have to have a certain path. So for me, I think going over to England when I was younger, getting all the experience over there, running over in Great Britain and then also Europe, to come back over, I think it made it more special. I'd experienced all that stuff over in Europe. I knew what it was all about, but then I understood what I really wanted to do, and that was be a part of the Indy 500. 2012 was a big year for us. It was my first Indy 500. I'd never been here in an Indy car. It was pretty much my first time on an oval with an Indy car. I'd been in an oval in an Indy Lights car, but never an Indy car. So there was a lot of unknowns, and fortunately I was with a good team that has done super well at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and they've done well on ovals. It was Sarah Fisher Hartman Racing, and they basically took me under their wing and gave me a really fast car out of the gate. I remember being here in 2012 and just thinking, how do I have this quick of a car? Like, I was given a quick car to drive right out of the box. It wasn't even something I had to work at. It was like, the car's already quick, just go drive the thing. So they made it very easy on me, and that was the biggest thing I remember. I showed up here, and the car was already so great that it was like, wow, Josef looks awesome as a rookie. And I think it was just them giving me such an easy car to start out with. And I couldn't believe that. I remember that specifically, that they just gave me such a great car. And it made that transition, I think, easy for me into an Indy car because it gave me that confidence. I got confidence so early with what I was doing that I think it made the transition a lot better. I wasn't second guessing anything. I knew what I was doing, I was quick, and then it allowed me to get on with my program a lot better. I think my best Indy 500 or bust moment was last year's race. We did not have the greatest car. It was a difficult car to drive in traffic. It was very fast, but it was difficult to drive in traffic. We had lost a handle on it throughout the week leading up to the race. And then I remember specifically in the race thinking, you know what? It doesn't matter what my car is like, what it's handling like right now. You got to make it happen. You're here at the Indy 500. You've got an opportunity to run this race. You might not ever get it again. So it's all about making it happen no matter what's going on with your car. You got to put everything into it, or it's nothing. You might never get a shot to win the race or even compete in the race, let alone. So I think for only having one Indy 500 under my belt, I learned really quickly that you got to make the most of it no matter what the circumstance is.